So when are you coming to Växjö?
Good morning! Or hello, good afternoon.
To make this.
We cannot see you, we cannot see you on that. And thank you very much for coming this evening, or for
I think there's a temptation for politicians to think about communities or states or countries as these static constructs of, well, here's the structure of this government, or here are the built assets of this community, and those speak to what a community or a city is about. And I think it's important that we remind ourselves that communities are collections of individual experiences, and that the collective, 86,000 different stories make up this one community and define what Duluth is about.
In Kurdistan. And as the result of the Iraqi and Iranian war for more than 8 years in the last century, there was very minefields. Mine, you know what's mine?
Oh yes, I certainly do. Yes.
Minefields. So this organization or this office worked to clear these fields, these places.
Oh.
باسكا بغي رجميك لدوايكاني عراق لدواي شاستكانوا كاسا كوتي كرديان كدوا بجورها ريغا يشك لو ريغانا او مدنا شاراوي كفيلوت ماين لشوينكاني كردستان كزياتر ل8000 ل8 مليون مين لكردستان دا تشدراوا لروبري حوصته 18 كيلومتر مربع.
Yes.
Okay. So after 16th in the last century, the government of Iraq, all the governments of Iraq, do everything against the Kurd, against our nation. Everything. They used every way to genocide our nation, to genocide Kurd. One of this way is this what's called the secret death, or the unseen death, which is mine. They plant mines everywhere. They planted more than 8 million mines in Kurdistan, in the more than 788 square kilometers. So their job is that to clear all these places, all these fields from the mines.
Big part of my career was organized crime, Hells Angels, drug dealers, things like that.
That's quite a job.
I see. And then I was in charge of undercover officers for quite a while.
And what precipitated the change to mayor?
I was really tired of the social issues, the alcohol and drug use and abuse, and we were in 1997. I identified that we're the worst city in Ontario for drug and alcohol use and abuse and mental health related issues. Nothing was getting done. I was a watch commander in uniform. At the end of my career, you see the same people coming into jail every day. They'd know you by name, you'd know them by name. See you, Joe, see you tonight. Sure enough, they'd be back, drunk. So no one was doing anything about it. So I figured I'm going to run for mayor and do something about it, and I did, and I won.
And how have you affected change in that area?
We're doing a lot of good things. We've got an alcohol management program now where we've taken 15 so far of the most marginalized people in Thunder Bay and got them housing, and we feed them alcohol actually every day, wine, but on a limited basis just to wean them off if we can. And it's based on Seton House in Toronto. We've been very successful. Shelter House, we've got an SOS program now where we pick up homeless people, and we're saving lives, and we have a drug strategy now. We're just working on a homelessness strategy. We're trying to eradicate homelessness. Okay. So
the art place.
Меня зовут Галина.
I mean, I live in the north.
My name is
I
Galina.
think this is just a
Я являюсь мэром города Петрозаводск.
I'm the mayor of the city of Petrozavodsk.
Что еще там надо? Возраст. Мне 36 лет.
I am 36 years old.
И я говорю на русском языке и немножко на английском.
And I speak Russian, of course, and a little bit of English.
Так.
And of course, you're the mayor. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Будучи мэром, может быть, вы как-то более расширенно говорите об этом?
У меня очень хорошая работа, потому что я являюсь мэром самого красивого города.
I love my job because I'm the mayor of the most beautiful city.
И, конечно, работа мэра, она очень разноплановая, и она очень много дает мне как личности.
And of course, this job is very broad, is very rich, and it gives me a lot as a personality.
У нас очень хорошие жители в городе, и это связано в том числе с серьезным образованием, которое они могут получить, возможность серьезного образования, которое они могут получить в городе у нас.
We have great citizens here in Petrozavodsk, and this is one of the reasons for that is that we have very good opportunities for education here in our city.
Около 30 тысяч в городе – это люди молодые от 14 до 30 лет, 34.
30,000 citizens are quite young, aging between 14 and 34 years old.
I didn't hear that. It was at 30,000. It cut out.
Yes, yes.
Да. Всего у нас население 270 тысяч человек.
Total, we have 270,000 people here living.
В городе полный цикл музыкального образования. У нас есть все ступеньки музыкального образования представлены.
And we also are very prominent in the musical education because here in the city we have the full cycle of this musical education.
У нас есть несколько театров.
We have few theaters.
Очень сильное учебное заведение, высшее на северо-западе. Это один из самых лучших вузов. Петрозаводский госуниверситет.
One of the leading universities in Northwest Russia is Petrozavodsk State University.
И мы очень гордимся своими международными связями, которым уже много лет.
And we are very proud of our international cooperation, international relations, which have been going on for many years.
У нас есть прекрасная набережная, на которой выставлены подарки городов-побратимов.
And we have a very good lake park, and which presents the sculptures from the sister cities.
Каждый из этих подарков – это произведение искусства и гимн дружбе между разными городами.
Each of those being a piece of art and also a landmark of friendship between the cities.
Мне почему-то не хочется после наблюдения таких картин говорить о всяких экономических проблемах и о сложностях, которые могут возникать, но это в работе любого мэра такое возникает с хозяйством городским сложности.
As every mayor, of course, I experience some difficulties and some challenges when it comes to economic, for example, situation. But after looking at your pictures, I don't feel really good enough talking about economics right now.
Хотя надо сказать, что и с экономикой у нас не все так плохо, и действительно в городе Петрозаводске есть очень интересные и серьезные промышленные предприятия, которые работают очень современными методами, что ли, современные.
Although we also have some achievements in this area, I mean in economy, and we have a number of very advanced enterprises which are working according to the latest know-how and technologies.
Может быть, была она когда-нибудь у нас в городе?
Have you ever been to Petrozavodsk?
No, I have not ever been there. I've never been to Russia at all.
Даже в России.
Мне кажется, что вам понравится наш город.
Galina thinks you're gonna love it.
I think so.
Согласна.
The photographs are really beautiful with the lake.
Фотографии все прекрасно.
Да.
So I'm curious, when you think about your culture and you think about art, is there some way that art plays an important part in your, or a part in your culture in Petrozavodsk?
Ее интересует, что в области культуры, да?
Когда вы думаете о культуре и искусстве, можете ли вы подтвердить, что искусство играет в жизни Петрозаводска серьезную роль?
Это для Петрозаводска однозначно истина.
Yes, this is true for Petrozavodsk. Very true.
Дело в том, что наш город находится на берегу второго по величине озера в Европе,
As you know, probably Petrozavodsk is located on the shores of the second largest lake in Europe.
Город был, ну скажем так, основан Петром Первым. У него очень интересная история.
The city has a very rich history. It was founded by the Russian Emperor Peter the Great.
В одно же время с Санкт-Петербургом.
The same year as St. Petersburg was founded.
Это город, который близок как к северной столице нашей страны, Санкт-Петербургу, так и к Финляндии.
So the city is pretty close, not to just St. Petersburg, but also to Finland.
И это не может сказываться на интересе туристов, например, к нашему, не сказываться на интересе туристов к нашему городу.
And of course, that's why we have a very high interest from the tourists from different areas.
Мы очень много в tечение уже нескольких лет работаем с областью туризма. Она нам интересна.
We are working with tourism for the past years.
Разработаны интересные экскурсии, мобильные гиды по городу Петрозаводску. 4, по-моему, да, сделали они? 4.
Yes, we have new and interesting tours, which we're developing for the city of Petrozavodsk.
Это тематические экскурсии, которые мы разработали вместе со специалистами в той или иной области.
And
And I
why?
also like black and white photos.
Okay.
And all movies, all Ingmar Bergman movies in black and white. Yeah.
And are you comfortable telling me about your family?
Yes, of course. My wife is Mexican, and we've been married for 10 years. She has 2 grown-ups, and I have 3 grown-ups. So it's just us in the house today. And we travel a lot, and we like to travel. Every second year we go a month or 3 weeks to Mexico for Christmas and holiday. And we like to travel in Europe and all over Sweden. So that's another interest, to travel. And I also have the opportunity to travel a lot in my work. I'm attending a lot of conferences speaking about the green issue. So this year, for example, in April, I'm going to Scotland, to Brussels, to South Korea to make speeches about how we work against global warming.
And I take it your wife also loves to travel as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And in a typical evening when you come home, what does it look like at your house?
Typically, I'm not home very often because the work takes a lot of time. Many weeks it takes 70, 80 hours per week, but normally I'm doing the cooking because I like to cook. I'm doing all the laundry. I'm ironing all my wife's clothes, and she's doing some other stuff at home. That's also, I think, it's a Swedish way. It's not very. That doesn't happen very often.
Only these places, but if I want to see the places I want to go to Australia because my son speak about Australia, New Zealand, and also America because we like America because America people and also the government help us in Kurdistan. Like to go those places.
Sure. And if you had if you could describe yourself in a few words, what would you say?
من وكو إنسانك مروفك خدمتكاري خلق خۆشەویستی خەڵک و نیشتیمان لە دڵ و دەروونمدا دەمەوێت لە پێناو گەلەکەم لە پێناو میلەتەکەم لە پێناو وڵاتەکەم بمرم و بژیم.
As a person, as a human, I like to live and even die to serve my country and my people. I love my country, my people. I'd like to serve them anytime.
پێم خۆشە خاوەنی عیلاقات و پەیوەندێکی پتە بووم لەگەڵ بەجیاوازی دینەکان، ئاینەکان، جنسەکان، زمانەکان.
I want to have a good relationship with all different persons, with different religions, different cultures, different nations, different ethnics, every person, every people.
So would you describe yourself as open-minded?
كسيكي كلاو كاتر خطوة وصفك
بله
كسيكي داخلوني كسيكي
بله من دموي لهموش تك داخل ومتنا لقى خزانة كش مزول كده
I want to be open-minded with everything, even with my wife, with my children.
بله بتمنى مني بعقل مجنز
And this is. He said that.
Oh, that's nice! Good! What do you love about it?
なんでやっぱり自分がやることについて市民の役に立つこと、それが一番生きがいですね。やっぱり。
He feels like he's helping people, so he's very satisfied with his
一番市民生活にとって密接な関係でのところの市役所ですから。
his department is very connected people, so that he feels really comfortable and satisfied.
Nice. And what is your favorite color?
Green? Yes. Or blue?
Or blue.
Yes. Or blue.
Depends on the day, or?
Today is blue.
Tomorrow, green?
Tomorrow,
That's
green.
good. Okay, fine.
It's green.
Yeah, that's very good. And can you tell me about your family?
Currently, she's interested in going to China.
Мне кажется, это очень такая колоритная страна. Я бы хотела познакомиться с ее культурой поближе.
She would like to get more familiar with this rich culture.
If you could describe yourself in a word or paragraph, what would you say about yourself?
Если вы могли бы себя характеризовать, что бы вы о себе сказали?
Я бы сказала, что у меня очень достаточно много энергии.
I would say that I am a person full of energy.
Я достаточно целеустремленный человек.
I am a pretty purpose-oriented person.
И открытый.
And very open-minded as well.
Я стараюсь быть искренней, мне это нравится.
I'm trying to be open, and I really like it.
Sorry, you cut out. I'm trying to be open and I really like it. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Я считаю, что тогда, если тебе не нужно ничего изображать, то у тебя больше сохраняется сил на то, чтобы достигать целей.
I think that if you don't have to act someone or pretend to be someone that you are not, you have more energy for doing really important things in life.
I think you're right.
Просто я по образованию психолог, я знаю, что это правда.
I am a psychologist by my background, by my education, and I know that's really true.
And what do you hope for?
А что вы надеетесь?
Ой, я надеюсь только на разум.
Надеюсь, в смысле, полагаюсь на разум.
Ну да. А надеяться имеется в виду какой вопрос?
Could you please clarify a bit? What do you mean hope for?
In your heart, what are you longing for?
В чем в вашей душе вы стремитесь?
В моей душе я стремлюсь к тому, чтобы мне, как сказать-то, было не стыдно за мои собственные поступки.
I'm longing that I don't feel ashamed for my own acts, for my own deeds.
И чтобы я могла сама себе объяснить, почему я поступила так, а не иначе.
And so I would be able to explain to myself why have I made this choice, not that choice in life.
Да, и мне кажется, очень важно быть честным с собой и с другими людьми.
I think it's very important to be honest with yourself and with other people as well.
Gift and the importance of Anger Park to our community.
And how do you see in Duluth the sort of art and culture connecting with life here?
Well, it's a critical piece of the new spirit of our community that has been emerging over the last, I would say, 15, 20 years. And it's, there's a few cities across the country that have kind of really effectively captured this niche within American culture. And that there's a number of different elements. One is that it's a very unique sense of place. A sense of place that connects directly with the values of the citizens that choose to live there. Natural beauty, outdoor recreation, and arts and culture are an important part of that, as well as entrepreneurship. And so these communities, places like Bend, Oregon, Asheville, North Carolina, Flagstaff, Arizona, have become these enclaves of communities and citizens that all share these common values. Or that largely share these common values and create a very strong sense of place because of this unique combination of attributes. And I think that's what Duluth is now starting to emerge as for the Upper Midwest. This place of outdoor recreation, natural beauty, entrepreneurship, and the arts and culture piece is an important part of that. Whether it be the live music scene, which is thriving in the city of Duluth, or certainly the physical arts, and people that are choosing to live in Duluth because they are inspired by the place, and that is not the case in many cities across the nation because of Duluth's natural beauty and kind of the scope of this city, of a city built on a hill overlooking the greatest lake in the world. That in itself can be an inspiration to those that are being creative and are looking for that type of inspiration.
Indeed, yeah. And what would you say, as a mayor, is the thing you're most proud of?
I would say that there's different elements to that. There are certainly things that I'm very proud of on a operational level, and on a budgetary level, on a policy level. So wearing that hat or taking on those responsibilities, I would point to those kind of technical issues. But I do think the thing that I take the most pride in more generally is that is how people talk about our city. And when I was growing up,
in some way.
Yeah. And I come from a family of 9 children. We were dirt poor growing up. That's how I remember it.
Did you grow up here?
We were very rich. I was born in England, and it's a funny story. When we came to Canada, my dad, we came over on a boat. I was just 3 years old.
Do you remember it?
I don't remember it, no. My dad flipped the coin. Heads, we go to the United States and live there. Tails, we stay in Canada.
How great is
and
that?
It was, well, so I don't, but anytime I make a speech,
that's how you start.
American people, I don't know
I
if you
could
guys
be
won.
American.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys won or Canada won, but
That's awesome.
I love the States. I just got back from Arizona. I got married there in November. And then we went back to pick up, we left our sports car there, and we just flew down and picked it up because we had left it at a buddy's place in Fountain Hills.
Nice. What Duluth as a sister city or the other sister cities could learn from Växjö, what might that be?
First, I would like to say that we have a lot to learn from other cities, and that's why I like to travel so much, because you always pick up something new. What you can learn for us, maybe it's the way we work with the continuity in the local political life. The continuity is for good, because you vote for a party, not for a person, and that brings some more of continuity and responsibility into the political life. We also like to focus and work together on some issues, and that's why Sweden has achieved a lot, for example, gender equal opportunities, environment, because such issues are mainstreamed into all political parties, liberals, conservatives, socialists. Some issues are mainstreamed and important for all political parties. And that's something which is quite different in other parts of the world.
Спортивное развитие, создавать условия для интеллектуального развития в дошкольный период.
So when it comes to preschool education, we would like to make it as as broad as possible, including cultural development for the kids, physical development, and intellectual development as well.
В Петрозаводске, Петрозаводск в 2014 году вошел в проект Greenpeace раздельный сбор мусора.
For example, last year Petrozavodsk joined the Greenpeace project for sorting waste.
И мы, понятно, что делаем в этой области пока, к сожалению, но только первые шаги.
So we are now making the first steps in this direction.
Но в частности, в детских садах, в некоторых детских садах, которые в этом проекте участвуют, установлены уже контейнеры для раздельного сбора мусора, которые еще и обучают детей правильно относиться к отходам.
And for example, some of the kindergartens installed in their premises smart containers for sorted waste. And these containers, they actually also teach the kids to sort waste in an efficient manner.
Очень приятно наблюдать, когда дети учат своих родителей правильно себя вести относительно мусора.
And it's very pleasant, it's very nice to watch how kids actually educate their parents how to behave correctly in terms of environmental safety.
Поскольку мы находимся в национальной республике, то у нас есть 3 детских садика, в которых большой уклон на финно-угорскую культуру. На финно-угорскую культуру.
This area is also an
inclusivity.
And these great schools, they have very big accents in their education.
Is there more?
他に
正義ですね。そうです。それ。
only integrity
正義ってまあ自由も。
and freedom.
大切ですね。あとやっぱり国も大切だと思いますね。やっぱり国のためにっていうことが大切だと思います。地域のために。
So like he has kind of dedication, so that he wants people happy and work for the city.
Yes, 大切なことだと思います。
And what do you hope for?
希望か難しいですね。希望はやはり子供がちゃんとした家庭を持って早くその孫を見たいですね。
He said he hoped that his son will marry and have a baby. He will become grandfather.
まだ結婚してないんで。
He doesn't.
Saying,
He's not married
we
yet,
don't
so
need to,
hopefully he will find the right
we shouldn't look
person.
at the type of development or progress that we see in Rochester or Fargo or Sioux Falls and feel discouraged that we're not seeing exactly that type of progress. Duluth has its own very unique sense of progress or pride in our attributes, and I think those are coming forward now in a stronger way, and I think that has been an evolution over many years, even decades in the city of Duluth, and I think if during the 8 years that I've been mayor, I think that's the thing that I've loved to see, and it's not even what I've done on a personal level. It's really a movement of a community that in a very authentic way has moved to a more positive tone.
And how would you describe yourself?
I'm an introvert. I am a shy person in an extrovert's world, and that has led to, I think, both points of great discomfort in being in this public role for so long. Is probably one of the reasons that I'm choosing now to leave public life and lead a more kind of solitary or private life. But I also think it's been, having a different perspective or a different approach to public life has also probably been, the basis for the success that I've had in office. So I think being quiet and thoughtful and really putting a lot of emphasis on the values that my parents taught me in kind of that quiet way has been probably the foundation for my public service.
And what do you hope for?
Well, I hope that my kids grow up in a world that they feel good about and confident about, that they feel like that they can bring new life into the world as well, and feel confident in their children's future. And I think too often in our culture we're thinking in very limited future spectrum. We're thinking about the next 5 years or the next 10 years, and boy, I'd love to. My hope would be that both the strength of this country and of the relations between different countries and the way that humans address the massive challenges in our world. I hope that
holding it, and as an art historian, that's
figure
really
those
important.
things out.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, since I was a young kid, we always had art around our family, and like I said, we were poor, but my mom used to draw all the time, and I used to love her drawings. And so I guess it comes from that.
Nice.
My aunt, so it comes naturally that I love art.
And how would you describe yourself in a word or a paragraph, or however you want to describe yourself?
Just an ordinary person, ordinary, just like anyone else. I walk downtown, and the poorest of the poor will call me Your Worship or Mayor, because in Canada you don't say Your Honor, you say Your Worship. That's the title for a mayor. I don't like it. There's only one worship, as far as I'm concerned. But I can go anywhere downtown, and the homeless people all know me by name. Oh, Mr. Hobbs, or hello, Mr. Mayor. Oh, Keith. So I'm just an ordinary person. I come from humble roots, and I've seen the worst and I've seen the best of this world. I've had little children die in my arms, and sorry, that one always gets me. I've had a couple of children die in my arms as a cop, and so I've seen the best and I've seen the worst. And I'm just one person in this universe trying to make a difference.
It's beautiful.
So, yeah, that's just a simple human being. That's all I am. Trying to make a difference. I think we are. So.
I think you are. And what do you hope for?
I hope for, first of all, eradicating homelessness in Thunder Bay. That's what I want to leave as my legacy. I'm trying to build an event center, and I'm getting criticized in the public. I want to build a convention similar to what you've got in.
Sure, so you can hold.
And he said that for me, life is like a house with two doors, two gates. We from one door with a lot of hope, great hope, smile and love. So, but unfortunately, we out from the other door with tears, with sadness. Hopes that we can
to be elected and to be re-elected as mayor as many times as I've been, I must feel a lot of passion for my work, and I really feel a lot of passion. I like to campaign. I like to meet people. And I'm also very easy to reach. I regard myself being the fastest mayor in the world because I reply all emails all days, 365 days every year. So wherever I am in the world, I deliver a reply to my email every day. So people know that I'm easy to reach.
And what do you hope for?
I hope for, of course, you hope for your family, for your kids, for your wife, but I would like to embrace all mayors in the world to make them interested in taking local actions for climate protection, because that's really needed. And all things are happening at the local level. So the local government and the mayors are very important to make a change, to make a transition. And one of my favorite books is an American, Benjamin Barber. He's professor somewhere in New York, and he wrote a book, If Mayors Ruled the World. And what he's telling is that at the local level, you must find solutions. You must deliver every day. You can't get lost in ideas and ideologies. You have to deliver. So I want to embrace and to encourage more mayors to take local actions against global warming for a better environment.
Is there anything else that you would like to share?
No. I would like I really look forward for this exhibition because Sister City exchange is very important. We have 11 sister cities, and we have agreement with regions and cities in South Africa, in all parts of the world, in European Union. So for me, a better world starts with international understanding and with the local cooperation. So sister city exchange is very important, and I'm also very happy that Duluth is taking an active part in different programs for sister city exchange.
Yeah, I think that's another example of how the local government.
He recommended you to watch Interstellar because he watched it, and then he was so impressed about the movie.
で、私とワイフは見に行きました。
So he and his wife went to watch a movie because of his son.
家族を日本では家族を表現しているっていう映画と言われてます。
That movie described the family structure.
Oh,
I've never seen.
アメリカでは多分 SF 要するにって言われてるけど、日本では家族で PR してる。なんて言ったらいいんですか。
Yeah. They advertise about the movie, and in Japan, like they said the movie described the family, but here they said SF.
Science fiction?
Science fiction.
Science fiction.
Oh.
Abbreviation. I didn't know
that. 大切なのは家族だと思います。
He feels like family is very important.
And how old is your son?
How old?
30
years old.
Yes, 30 years old.
Does he live nearby?
近くに住んでますか?
No.
No?
No ですね。
He doesn't live
Themselves into their homes or their businesses. That's the very foundation of a healthy community. And so while it may not feel like the giving attention to the story of the individual relates back to these bigger macro issues facing our community, if we are consistently addressing the needs of the individual, that then shapes this much larger and more sustainable progress and sense of community that addresses a lot of the big problems.
Those children who've died in the those are people to you in a meaningful way. The people who you are trying to help are people. And I think that as a person, in terms of being compassionate, we can have less war, we can have more conversation, we can, even if we're different in whatever ways. And so as an artist, I'm not a politician. I'm not a newswriter, I'm an artist. So my way I can share my voice is through your voice, through the voice of the other participants in the other cities. And that's what I'm really drawn to. So that's why it's so important to me. Now, especially, I think we're so fractured and there's so much racism.
Times from our life and get there. And I hope you look for Bani. You know?
About the racism in Thunder Bay. I said, really? I said, I was born in England. I said, how about the racism in London, the riots?